Good afternoon, everybody. Here I'm talking with you all about option football, a different kind of option. We run a newer version of an RPO. I'm going to share a screen with you, and then we will get started with our work here. All right. So we're here to talk about a newer version of running the double RPO, and should be able to talk you through this a little bit. My name is Fred Bouchard. I'm the head football coach at Mary Institute's St. Louis Country Day School in St. Louis. I actually accepted a position back in Kansas, right here on the Kansas side of Kansas City at Spring Hill High School. I lived in Kansas City for close to 20 years and coached over there, and this gets me a chance to get back near kids and grandkids. So there's my cell number and my current email. You can contact me there if you have questions. I'm going to fly through this slide because it's a background, gives me a little street cred, hopefully, with you. I've been 25 years as a head high school coach, and 15 years as a building administrator. I also spent a stint as a central office administrator, assistant superintendent of schools. In that 25 years, we've won 251 wins in that stretch. We've been in 24 postseasons, so had a really good run. I give a lot of credit to this lady right here. It's my lovely wife, and these are two sons, Clune and Fives, who are also coaches out there in the world. If it's possible, if it's a one high safety or a zero coverage, the QB knows that inside receiver on the left, and I've shown you only it from the left right now, that he's in play. So if you get a one high safety and you get linebackers that are scooting up and you're playing against the run, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, you can see the tendency for the defense to slide over that linebacker over there. If he's not paying a lot of attention, he's eyeballing the quarterback instead of reading that slot. That slot can get vertical. And we'll show you one where he gets kind of open in there and he's able to make a play because the way they don't play super, in my opinion, didn't play super disciplined on that particular coverage. All right. Now, at the snap of the ball, the QB is going to extend the ball out, and I want to step back and kind of show you what this looks. So he takes a snap, and he's going to push the ball away from him. But he's holding the ball as if he's throwing it, and the bottom hand is just kind of clearing space so that he can bring it back up if he needs to throw. So he catches it and pushes it, and then there's a ride here. So he's prepared to pull it and throw that ball if that linebacker chases, if that linebacker is blitzing, or it just appears like there's some open space out there to throw the ball either to the slant or the vertical. Okay. So he's going to check on that, but he's reading that inside linebacker is who he's checking on there. All right. This happens in about 1 second. 1,001. The snap is at 1,001, 1,002, and I'm getting it's boom, boom. It's out pretty quick. If QB decides to keep the ball, make a throw, they need a strong hands. And I tell them that we're an option team in a lot of other areas. It's kind of constantly that quarterback is strong hands, strong hands, strong hands. So in the new school that I'm going to, that'll be a real emphasis to talk about, hey, quarterbacks, you got to have strong hands. The running back needs to know I am keeping this ball, and the quarterback is the one who really probably should be making that decision. All right. Should be really no doubt if that quarterback if his hands are a little soft, that running back knows I'm going to keep it. If they're pretty firm, he knows that quarterback's trying to take it. So if you get nothing from this clinic talk, strong hands, helpful. All right. So show you some videos. These are the quarterback plays first. Here it is, looking there, boom. He didn't do a great job on that read. I felt like he had a much better play, and you'll see it from the edge on the slant. Okay, so here he goes. You'll see that slant was open. He could have hit that slant. He held it a little bit too long to hit that tight end. Now, I'm going to show you that play again, just so you can see from this position how the backside could have been open here. So everybody reaches. There's that out. The curl might have been open on that, but the running back likely could have been open on that pattern also. Okay. Oh, here we go again. I believe this one might have been a throw. All right. So we'll see. Throw to the running back. Nope, he throws to the tight end. He just misses the throw. Sorry, these from a couple years ago. We've gotten better at running that. That quarterback actually has run that very well. So he's not making the wrong read here. He actually just makes a really bad throw on this particular on that play. Oh, I'm sorry. He gets back to the other one. I jumped it ahead too far. Oh. I'll go back to this one. This is with the tight end. So in our terminology, 41, you can see that tight end should have looked really quick, and that quarterback just should have put it on him. It'd been open. All right. This is the end zone where he's actually going to put it on. God bless the quarterback. He gets his running back set up, who's an awesome player, and he finds that guy in the hole, our slot receiver in that hole. Here they go again. It's the same play, but you're going to see it from side version of this. Here he comes across, boom. He finds the person in the hole who does a pretty good job just finding the opening. In this particular play, when we wind that thing back, you can see over here that they do a pretty good job running with the tight end and the receiver. But if he gives the ball, that running back could have been off to the races a little bit. So next play. Again, I'm going to pause that real quick while it's there. If I look at this, you can see this slot. They got a corner out here. This linebacker is kind of attached. He's stacked in here. Look how deep this safety. First off, this guy runs really well, and they know that. So he's backed off a little bit. They're covering this guy pretty tight, that tight end. But when we go to that play, you can think he's going to try to hit that slot receiver. Boom. There he is. Now, slot receiver takes a bit of a hit, and maybe he should have hit that slant on that particular play. Going back to that. If you go back, get a chance to see that slant. Boom. He could have hit that slant. Oh. Here's one where he does hit it. We got a little volume on this one you'll have to tolerate. Oh. Here he comes across. Boom. He hits that slant. Pretty good gain in it. That's exactly how that should go. That's a nice catch by freshman receiver, sophomore throwing to him. Okay. Here's one that was a pre-snap, entirely a pre-snap. So he's looking at this picture, and when you see it from far away, you'll see this guy is their defender is way up, not paying attention, feels like he's kind of caught in the middle. This is a super aggressive defense. So they're going to come after us. So here they go. He pre-snaps it and says, I'm not holding that. I'm just getting rid of it. Boom. He hits that slot. It's going to be a touchdown. So here's a picture of it again. If I pause that for just a second, his pre-snap is this guy's waits forward. He's going to get vertical. This guy, who's, by the way, a pretty nice player, he can't quite get over soon enough. He knows, as I read this, this is going to be money right about here. So on this double RPO, he reads that, finds the hole, and we end up actually scoring a touchdown on that play. That's, again, a sophomore at that time throwing to a freshman. So those were good plays.